So I'm going to show you guys what I do when I'm looking at a property that I'm potentially going to lease. Start off here by saying I'm in Southwest Virginia. I've got the Appalachian Mountains that run up and down from where I'm at, and then these are part of the Appalachian Mountains. I'm not far from the Appalachian Trail, so this is a helpful thing for people that are in the mountains, and there's not always videos online that show you how to scout something. There's always something to show you how to scout a cornfield in Illinois, and I've been there and I've hunted those, and those are great. But I think there's a lacking in videos of this nature. So here is my property, right here. The first thing I'm going to look at when I see a map of it, and I'm saying, is this someplace I want to lease? All right. So first thing I see, scrolling way back, there is a lot of mountains around. So I'm going to say this is going to be some tough hunting. I know that already. I'm well aware. So that's something I'm going to look at, and, and, and I'm okay with. So what I'm going to do here is mark some places on the map and say this is something that I want to check out when I go look at it tomorrow. And then I'm going to follow up on this video, and after I mark something, I'm going to show you actually what it looks like and see if I was right, if I was wrong, and then show you some spots that I may have been wrong about that may be good. I know there's some sign on this property from the realtor that's looked around on it, so it is a good place. So first of all, I'm going to look at the road and the creek here, and I'm going to say, okay, it goes down through here, and it's right next to the road. I'm going to say right next, and we're going to say 60 to 90 yards, depends on the place. That may be good and that may be bad. One thing I can say is that I've drove by the property, and there are, this little area here next to the road is pretty thick, so that may be helpful in the long term. This little valley that runs the whole length of the property is kind of grassy. I know that's always something you look for with big deer, at least in this area. So anyway, I'm going to start marking some points and say these are some things I'm going to look at when I get there. The first place I want to look is the flattest piece of the property, especially on a mountain property. If you can find that, that's the first place you want to look. So I'm going to make a little mark here and say flattest, if I can type, flattest spot. Alright guys, so I'm in here in the spot that's the flattest in the area. It looks pretty good. It's kind of grassy, got a lot of trails coming through. Let me show you a little bit. There's a big scrape I'm standing right next to. There's an old house here. You can see the creek runs across. I followed a road way down through here that is just full of trails. I can see another scrape over there. And then I'm going to check the rest of this out and see what it looks like. I think this is going to be a money spot. As I go, I see there's two valleys here. These are two hollows I'm going to check out. Most importantly, I don't know how much time I'm going to have tomorrow. I can tell that this is a bigger little flat area here that the mouse is around now. That's something I'm going to want to check out. It's kind of a good area, maybe a good bow, muzzleloader type spot. So let's see. And you'll also see that this is on a power line. Deer in this area, that's something they kind of favor. If you can see a long ways on the power line, you're doing well. So that's also another reason I want to check this place out. Alright, so I finally made it to this valley here, the one that I've got marked. It looks okay. I'm not extremely excited with it. Maybe a stand about 100 yards below it. I'll mark it on the map and show you all in a second. But let me zoom out here, or zoom in I guess, and show y'all kind of what I'm working with. There's the power line that goes through, and I think the best spot's going to be down in here. There's a creek that runs, and there's a big flat with some oaks on it. I think that'll be a good spot. I'll mark that here in a second. Alright everybody, so I found my rifle hunting spot. You can see here. And then I'm going to turn completely around
And see here, bucks cruising this all the time. I think this will be a good spot. Depending on where they cross, maybe a little bit further over there on that next knoll for maybe muzzleloader. But I think this is a good spot right here.
Next, this entire valley, and I'm not even going to put a mark on this. It's just going to be a given on a property like this. When you've got a creek, you're going to walk the whole creek from start to finish when you get there and say, where are the deer crossing? What are the, where's the creek low? Where are the trails that go across, and how are those, or how could those play into the hunting of the property? So I'm going to do that when I get there.
Alright guys, I'm not very far from the road here, and as you can see, you may be able to see it's just right up there. I found a hot spot here for some rubs, something else here. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at. This is the first one here. That's a pretty big tree. That's got to be a big deer to do that. You can see how it's dug in these spots. And then we'll go right here, no more than 3 or 4 yards. You can see he has shredded just about everything in sight right here. Kind of an odd little area here, but you can tell he was hitting this hard and he was trying to show somebody that this is his. So that's a great little spot here. I want to keep that in mind. We're right next to the house and the straight to right over there. So this seems to be a hot spot. That's where our big one's living.
All right, everybody, I've come back the next day and I wanted to kind of summarize and show you what I got with this property. I have decided to move forward with leasing, so hopefully I can work something out with the landowner and we can follow this up throughout the year. Unfortunately, there's some spots up here that I was unable to get to yesterday. Everything was on foot, and you got to go a good way around there. But anyway, you can see I found 2 real good hot spots here. This little flat where the house was on the photos, there is big deer coming out of here. This is bedding type stuff. This is going to be a very good spot. Secondly, is this valley about 100 yards down, as I was talking about, is right in here. I saw some good sign there, and then right in here is where I'm going to be the rifle spot. There was also some sign here as I walked out and around, and some once you got in there. So this is going to be a great spot. There's actually a scrape right here next to the road, which I thought was kind of odd, but it is real thick right here. So there's almost like a barrier as you go down through, blocking the creek. And then the creek is a further barrier for the deer, probably making them feel a little more comfortable. So we'll see how this year turns out. Hopefully everything works out. But anyway, thanks for watching.